Hello again. Today we're going to be talking about feeling stuck, which is a really horrid feeling. And you may be feeling stuck because you're in the wrong relationship, or you don't have a relationship and you'd like to have one, or you're in a job that you hate, or you don't like retirement, all sorts of things. But I do know that a lot of you watching this today are on the weight loss program with Slimmr, and sometimes you're bound to get to a stage in that process where you do feel a bit stuck in terms of your diet. So we'll begin with that before we get on to more general topics. The first thing I would say is you made a big decision to do this, and you must congratulate yourself about that. And I think before you start worrying about, am I doing as well as I should be, just review how far you've come. You've made the decision, you're thinking differently, you're doing things differently, you've signed up for this and you're getting the support, hopefully, that you need from the organization. So you've done a lot already, and I think you should allow yourself to value what you've done so far and not beat yourself up if it's not going quite as fast as you would like. I think often when a diet stalls for a bit, it's because people aren't having enough protein. I'm a great believer in protein to give you energy. Obviously, that's the best source of energy that you can have, and to do it in a sort of slow released way. And for me, protein has always been the key to how fit I've felt. I know not everybody feels the same. For some people, particularly people that run marathons or whatever, it's all about the carbs but for me, it's always been the protein. And I do think that you need to keep an eye when you are reducing your diet on how much protein you're getting. Because if you're not getting enough, you will not feel fine, and certainly there may be all sorts of other reasons why things are not really going so well with the weight loss as they had been. Now, the recommended level for people for protein is that they should consume daily 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of their own weight. So for somebody like me, I would be looking to consume about 46 grams of protein a day. For a reference point, a generous chicken breast, for example, not a huge one, but a bit better than average, would be 32, 33 grams. So that gives you an idea. So if you're looking if you're weighing heavier than me and you therefore need to up your protein according to how many kilos you weigh, you want to be thinking, am I getting anywhere near that target? And I must tell you that plenty of experts now think that target is on the low side for fitness and for weight loss and generally feeling better. It has been suggested that we should be looking at 1.2 grams or even up to 2 grams per kilo of our own weight. So you need to do some sums and work out what do you weigh, and then that percentage, and decide where you're going to go. But I would definitely, if you're stuck, I would go for a higher level than the original 0.8. And see how you get on, because it only takes a little thing sometimes to get things chugging along better than they have been. You do know, I'm sure, that there are all sorts of resources on Slimmr to help you, and you can always get support when you've got a particular query. So don't forget to seek help if you do feel stuck in that way. As long as you're getting plenty of protein, you could also add into that some more plant foods. Plant foods tend to be very, very good for fiber and everything, and they're full of vitamins and jolly good things. And some colour on your plate will often lift the gloom for you. So a bright red pepper, some very green spinach, the orange of a sweet potato, which is a good way of eating potato, and all those sort of things added to the protein, which might be, slab of nice fish or something, whatever it is, it will cheer up the plate, and I think that might help you as well. Never forget that you also need 2 litres of water a day if you're a woman, and maybe up to 2.5 if you're a man. So often when things stall, we are not hydrated enough. And so often when we feel hungry and therefore perhaps eat more, actually we're not hungry, we're thirsty. And if you drink enough, you find that you're no longer hungry. So never forget that. Leave aside the diet for now. Sometimes you need pepping up in some way when you feel stuck, don't you? And I remember doing some research with a travel company years ago, all about how when you book a holiday or even just a weekend break, even if it might be 2 years hence, you get a real uplift of mood by the booking. So build some treats into your life like that, like booking a holiday in the future. And I think that might help you feel a bit less stuck. What about other ways in which you're feeling stuck? Are you anxious about something? Do you feel you should be working when you're not? Do you feel you're in a job that is going nowhere and perhaps you'd like to train for something else? Are you stuck in the wrong relationship? Are you stuck because you're not in a relationship? Try and ascertain what it is that's causing you this kind of unease and you know, and how it's translating itself into your life and making you feel stuck. Here are some ideas to unstick you. Get a book from the library you wouldn't normally read and read it and see, get it on a subject that you're interested in but you wouldn't normally pick, and just see how you go. Watch a documentary on television instead of thinking, I'll sit down and watch a soap or a drama, which would be my thing, I think, really. You know, watch a documentary about some far-flung country and get a different perspective. That can just stir things up in your mind. Go through your wardrobe, especially if you're losing weight. Have you got clothes there that you've had for decades? How many of them genuinely are you going to get into? How many genuinely, even if you can get into them, are going to fit the bill for you? Sometimes when we clear out a wardrobe, it doesn't just give us wardrobe space, it gives us head space. So a bit of a reflection on how you look might be a good thing to do. Join a walking group, because you're probably trying to do more exercise now, especially if you're on a weight loss program. A walking group weekly, say, you know, the same people, and you get used to them and you go different places. That could perk you up a lot and really get your exercise program going. And that, again, could help if your weight loss has stalled slightly. Have a think about your friends. Are you in a rut with friends? Make a list of all your friends. Give them a rating if you think that's not too cold and calculating. Are you seeing too much of some people, maybe the same people on the same day every week or something? Or are there people that you could really benefit from getting in touch with that you haven't seen for a while? Stir up your life in that way. Online dating, maybe this is something for you now. I would recommend maybe something like Rest Less, which is a very good website for the over 50s, very good for all sorts of things, but their dating thing, their dating program, I think might suit you if you want to tread carefully into that sort of area and see what might happen. Accept invitations. You know, often when we feel stuck, we stay home too much. Accept invitations that come your way. Don't go, I might be a bit bored and I don't think I'll go. Go, because you never know how it might just spark off something new in your life. If you've made mistakes, perhaps, you know, you're not living in the right place or you're in the wrong relationship or something, maybe this is the time to just face up to it and go, this has to change. And that's why I'm stuck. And sometimes it's hard. It's very hard sometimes to say, you know, that was a lack of judgment doing that. I need to change it. But sometimes that is the thing that will free you up. So whatever you're feeling stuck about, have a go at nibbling away at it and trying to change it, because I'm quite sure that you can. Your life is changing in so many ways, and this is just a blip in your progress. I'm sure you can get over it. Bye-bye.